for 23 years I was really in love with coding, or I thought that I am in love with coding. It was until November 30, 2022, and the first time I've get in touch with the system, it was ChatGPT at that point, which exhibit a bit of human-like reasoning. It was the first time in human history, the first time in my career, when I interacted with a software system which talked my language, you know. I was able to talk in natural language to a software system, to an artificial system. And that system, it happens that it was very good at coding. Like I addressed a challenge which I was on for a couple of days, and it just gave me the solution. And at that point, I was like really scared. Well, for 23 years, I earned some bread and some money by writing code. Not any longer. Because the machine is doing the stuff I used to be very good at, better than myself. And it was some time where I was kind of lost and scared, and then I realized that actually I've never liked writing code. What I really love to do was building apps. It's a completely different thing. You know, writing code is boring. It's just adding some words, and you miss a comma, and you waste half a day trying to understand where is that comma missing. Creating app is something else. And this is what I actually love to do. I'm your astronomer, and I'm here today. I know that you might expect to tell you about deepfakes and how AI is going to help the bad guy being better at what they do, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to point out that we, that are on the side of the law, we can use AI to better fight cybercrime. And this is where I'm going to go. And I'm going to start with I think that this is very, very useful. If I leave you with just one thing today, it would be that. What is behind AI in 2025? Because it's very easy to think that, well, AI is a database. You go to ChatGPT, you ask what is the capital of France, you get Paris. So you might imagine that, well, there is a database behind ChatGPT which knows all the knowledge in this world, right? You ask something like Google. It's definitely not that. You might think that, well, AI is an overlord. It's something that is going to kill the Homo sapiens species in a couple of years because, well, AI is so smart. No, it's not. We used to think AI is smart because AI used language in a very, very good way. I mean, AI is very good at speaking the way we humans speak. And we humans, we are hardwired to believe in, to assess the intelligence of someone based on how well they use language to express their ideas. So we go to ChatGPT and we see that ChatGPT is very good, it's very coherent. I mean, it's using language better than any human. And we say, wow, ChatGPT is so smart. No, it's not. ChatGPT and any other AI in 2025 is just a bunch of numbers and nothing more. And to understand that, I will talk you a bit over how you train a large language model. How you create a ChatGPT. Well, you start with a lot of numbers that you pick randomly. And then, this system made out of numbers, you just feed with all the data in the internet. Like you take a sentence out of Wikipedia, like I go to a coffee shop to drink some coffee, I hide the word coffee, and I'm asking that system, please predict the missing word. The missing word. In the first iteration, it might say to drink a chair, because there are random numbers there, so no knowledge yet. But I'm going to correct the system, and I'm going to tell no, to drink a coffee, not a chair. And if I do that for like 6 months, and I waste like €500 million in power to power all those supercomputers, in the end, I will get some numbers which somehow, magically, created like a mirroring of the real world knowledge in numerical space. This is what ChatGPT is and any other AI in 2025. It's just a bunch of numbers which somehow mirrored and captured all the world knowledge. It actually captured capture the way we humans speak. It becomes very good to fill in the next word in a phrase. Just that. But now if you think a bit, we humans, we use words, sentences, and phrases to capture information. Right now I'm doing just that. I'm using words and phrases to move information around. So it happens that all those AI systems being trained in this way, this manner that I told you about, it happens that they captured all the world knowledge. And even more, we humans, we use sentences and phrases to reason. The human language and the human reasoning process are very close linked together. Me at night, when I'm thinking of something, there is a small voice behind there in my head, and I speak out words in order to reason. It's the same thing that happened here. While learning how to use language as we humans do, AI has learned to reason. Just a bit. But that tiny bit, it's still good enough to use AI in 2025 for things that was not imaginable before. Yeah, exactly what I was telling you about. If there, I would picture the full human knowledge as a map, then on the right you have those numerical space, which is a mirroring of all the human knowledge. And now comes a very interesting part here. Here, there is a human knowledge. And let's say that I want to create something out of scratch, like a new vaccine, or I want to invent a protein which is able to kill bacteria. The regular way of doing that is to hire a team of doctors, of experts, and scientists, get some real good tools, and have them work for a couple of years to get this new information created out of nothing. It will take me a couple of years, because in the real world, you know, tools broke, and me as a human, I can go on the wrong path, and then I come back to the right path, and it takes me a lot of time. In the real world, knowledge is painful. What if I start from that point there, where I control the knowledge, I'm on the knowledge map in a point that I control. I use that mirroring of the reality in the numerical space of the AI, and then I use math to travel very fast to a new point, the numerical space, and then using that translation I get back to the real space, and I get my protein. And that happened, 2023, a team of AI agents invented the new protein out of scratch, which was able to kill bacteria. 2024, a research paper demonstrated that a team of large language model agents, AI agents, can exploit zero days vulnerabilities, like no human in the loop. Those agents was able to go out there, figure out some data on their own, and then use that data to attack systems. It's something that human hackers used to do that. Not anymore. This is that kind of example that I was telling you. You stay in the real world, you move to the numerical world of the AI, the numerical space, then you use math to travel very fast, and then you go back to the real world. Well, yeah, that's sad, that's dangerous, but we, on the good side, we can use AI to fight AI. And I will just have a very short introduction to show how we can do that today. It's not just ChatGPT out there. When I say AI, probably it's very common to hear, ChatGPT. No, ChatGPT is just the tip of the iceberg that everybody is using. But there are tools behind the scene that are way much powerful. And I'm going to show you some of those tools here. With ChatGPT, the pain is that, well, ChatGPT cannot interact with the real world too much. With a human, we need to use ChatGPT, and to some extent, we are basically the slaves, the employees of ChatGPT. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm asking ChatGPT, I need to scan the network for some exposed services. And ChatGPT will say, well, you need to run that command. Me as a human, I will copy-paste that command, I will execute in a terminal, I will see a lot of response of that command, I will copy-paste the response back to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will tell, well, you have some ports open. But it's me, the human, who I need to do the work. ChatGPT does the reasoning, and me, the human, I do the work of copy-paste, execute the command, copy-paste the responses, go back to ChatGPT. Me, the human, I'm the interface between AI, ChatGPT, and the outside world. What if, and it's really easy to do that, what if someone writes a tool runtime, like a software system, which can emulate me as the slave of the AI? And then AI talks to that tool runtime, like tool runtime, I need you to execute this command on that machine, and I need you to give me the responses. Then I get some AI system which is able to perform real action in the real world. Like this. ChatGPT says scan the network using that command. Tool executor executes that command on behalf of ChatGPT and feeds back the responses back to ChatGPT. ChatGPT said better or create detection rules, whatever, and run this command, and the tool executor just does that and provides the answer back to ChatGPT. It could be that command there is wrong, and then the tool executor will get an error, it will feed that error back to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will say, well, I did a mistake. I need to do it right this time. If you do that, AI is going to be independent, and it can work for like half an hour doing some task, as I would do those tasks myself as a human. It's basically now the large language model uses this kind of tool runtimes. They are able to perform actions on the outside world. No longer the human is in the middle. Now the machine can do stuff alone. Well, this kind of large language model AI, combined with real tools that me as a human I would use, this is an AI agent. It's very simple. You heard of AI agents many times. It's nothing magical. An AI agent is nothing more but a brain, the large language model, combined with some tools. Those kind of tools that me as a human, that you as cybersecurity operation guys, you use this daily. It's just as those tools have impact in such a way so that an AI can use them. And you have your AI agent. Now, if you want to build an AI agent like the real way, you need to hire a programmer to do that plumbing work for you. It's not that easy. Fortunately, start of 2025, so a few months ago, some smart guys from Anthropic, they say, what if we pack all those tools in a protocol so that everyone can create an AI tool in such a way so that any AI can use that tool? And that's the MCP. That's the second thing that I want you to remember. MCP, Model Content Protocol. That's a way that a tool can be packaged so that any AI can consume it. Why it's important? Remember, because after you go to your office, you might want to go to Google and search MCP tools for, and then fill in your job title. And you'll find a lot of tools built by the community or companies that you can simply plug and play into your AI. And those tools will do part of the boring part, will do parts of the boring processes in your job. It's like Lego. You plug in MCP tools into your AI and you get an AI which can do your job. Claude Code. Claude Code is a tool released by Anthropic which can consume such MCP tools. It's not a single one. And now I'm going to work like 30 seconds of the day of Adrian, who's an analyst into the security world. Well, he spent like 6 hours a day switching between 8 tools, looking into logs, figuring out threats, creating tickets, stuff like that. It's so boring, right? Life of Adrian. What if he's going to use Claude Code, which several MCP tools, each MCP tool is, you see there, one of the MCP tools is going to interact with the firewall. Another is going to look into some threat intelligence like VirusTotal, Alien Vault, Abuse IPTP, where they have a ticketing MCP which can create tickets in Jira. And then Adrian would simply say to the AI something like, I have a critical alert on this desktop, investigate now. And then AI will work for like half an hour using those tools to do the work that Adrian used to do manually. Like it's going to invoke a tool which looks into the log and digs through a bunch of data. Only that being a machine is going to do that like 100 times faster than Adrian would ever be able to do it. And in the end, it's going to send an email, create a report, send this report via email, or create a ticket in Jira. Like this. It's going to simply invoke those 2 sequence. 45 minutes down to 3 minutes. To life, really. And there are many tools that you can use, not just Cloud Code. OpenAI for Codex, Cursor, Gemini CLI, a lot of tools that are able to consume MCP and do that kind of work. And now here, I'm just going to show you something for like 30 seconds, something I did that morning. Because I thought, okay, I'm going to show these guys MCP, whatever, they're very abstract. I'm going to show them a real example. So this morning I said, okay, I just want to use Cloud Code, and this is the query that I have provided. I have a VPS, a very cheap VPS that I'm using for testing. This is the IP there. I have a public-private key on my machine so that Cloud Code can log into that VPS on my behalf using my private key. And I asked, am I under attack right now? And I pointed out you have access. You can log into that machine. I was expecting an answer like, no, you're not under attack. Well, I was amazed. What it did for like 5 minutes, it logged in to that machine, to that remote machine in Germany, and it started executing commands. Well, like this, I'm not sure I even understand those commands. They might look familiar to you, but for me, I'm not used to cybersecurity. But it looks legit, like it's trying to figure out what is happening there. This is the plan. This is the plan it did. And it ran a lot of comments over and over again. And in the end, it told me, well, man, you're under attack right now. And it told me to install fail to ban to auto block IPs after failed attempts, which I did. Is that easy? I provided a query, am I under attack right now? It worked for like 5 minutes, doing a lot of stuff that I don't even understand. And in the end, I have this kind of report that a human would work for a couple of hours to get the same answer. And you can do that now, like tomorrow, like today, not tomorrow, today. And well, if you like my presentation, I'm hosting workshops, like 1 per month, and this is going to be my next workshop with Christina, my colleague over there, who is 20 years into leadership and corporate. I'm more than 20 years into the AI world, so if you like, I invite you to join us on the 6th of December in Bucharest for a live workshop. Thank you.